Why do black people live isolated lives in the UK? Not just black people. Why do international students live isolated lives in the UK? Why? Are you interested? Do you want to know why? Then stay tuned. You're in the right place.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but they stand still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral. Maximum damage.
Hello, guys. Hello, Chronix. Hello, YouTube. How are you all doing today? Are you having a good week? Are you having a good Monday? What have you been up to? Did you head out to work today, or did you stay back home? Are you on holidays? What are you up to? Can you leave it down in the comment below? Like I said in the introduction, why are international students always isolated when they travel to the UK for their bachelor's? For maybe not bachelor's, because I noticed that bachelor students are a little bit younger. So bachelor students are usually between the age of 17 to 23. So it's easy for them to mix up with other students, like people from Britain or people from America and co. But I noticed that most master's students and doctorate students are usually isolated, particularly international students. So people from Africa, people from Eastern Europe, people from China, India, these people walk in parks. They walk with their kind. Is that stereotypical? I don't think it is. But they walk with people that are like them. So you see Indians walking with Indians, Nigerians walking with Nigerians, South Africans walking with maybe Nigerians because they're black. You see Eastern Europeans, like people from Lithuania, people from Poland walking together. Are they Eastern Europeans? I'm not quite sure. But you understand what I mean. So why? Why does this happen? Why? Why don't more Africans mix up with white British people? Or why don't Indian people have more friends from England or Scotland? Why? Number one, the culture difference. There's so much difference in culture. Now I know in India, for example, the women are not as outspoken as the men. And even the men, there's certain things that the men don't talk about. So it's very easy for Indian people to walk with Indian people, obviously because they have the same culture, which is different from people from Europe or even people from the United Kingdom, or even in Nigeria. Now in Nigeria, the culture is very different, even though Nigeria was colonized by England, but the culture is not the same. I think in Nigeria, there are probably 326 languages, different tribes and different people. So even within the country, the culture is even different across different tribes. So traveling to the United Kingdom to study, be it England, be it Scotland, be it Ireland, or even Wales, it's very difficult for most Nigerians to mix up with foreigners, particularly white foreigners. It's easy for Nigerians to mix up with people who are black from the United Kingdom, but I find out that there are very few Nigerians that mix up with white people. I wonder why. You're missing out. Okay, so culture difference is one. Number two, language difference. Now, what I notice about my Chinese friends is they're very comfortable speaking Mandarin. Now, there are Chinese people who speak very good English, okay, very good English, but they always go back to their native tongue. So they always speak Mandarin. Indians speak Hindi. Nigerians speak Pidgin. So it's very easy for me to look to a Nigerian person and say, Gafana, I dey be. It's very easy for me to say that. Or it's very easy for an Indian person to look at an Indian person and speak Hindi, or a Chinese person to speak Mandarin. So to most international students, speaking English sometimes it's too much. I mean, you go for lessons, you go to your workplace, you have to speak English, and speaking English all the time, sometimes it just becomes too much, it becomes a burden. So what they like to do is speak the language that they're familiar with and the one that comes easy for them, and that's why you always find isolated international students. When I mean isolated, I mean international students speaking with people from their country or people close to their country, as opposed to going out and mixing up with other people in the university. So number two, language different. Number 3, racism. Now, racism it's a big deal, guys. Racism is a big deal. We're in a country where people like Floyd, what's his name? The guy in America who got killed. Is it Floyd? I think it's Floyd. The one whose neck got stunned by the police. Now, we're in a world where this kind of things happen. We're in a world where people get gunned down because of their skin color, racial prejudice and stuff. So most people go to the United Kingdom with this preconceived notion that almost everybody in the United Kingdom that is not the same skin color as them is racist or have some kind of racial prejudice towards them. So everybody goes to England or to Scotland, go to Wales with this preconceived notion that I'll just stay with my kind. I'll stay with my black friends. I'll stay with my Indian friends. I'll stay with my Chinese friends. I don't want to get stereotyped. I don't want anybody to tag me as whatever. So the racial difference between people sometimes keeps them apart. Now, number 4, difference in priorities. Now, most international students from India, from China, from Nigeria, from Africa, come to the United Kingdom to study for one reason and one reason alone. They want to get that degree, that certification, whether it's bachelor's, whether it's the master's degree, whether it is the doctorate degree, they came for that certification, that paper. And I noticed that most people from the United Kingdom are very liberal towards education. So education for them is not at the top of the scale. Education is not the most important thing. Do you get it? I had many friends in the United Kingdom in my uni who dropped out from university. I had many friends who didn't finish. Some started 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and they dropped out. International students pay so much money to study in the United Kingdom. So when you pay that much money, of course you have to stay focused. Of course you have to get whatever you came out there to get, which is your degree certification. So most international students see the locals as people who are not that focused, which is not correct, because I've met a lot of people from Northampton who were at uni who were very focused. But most international students see them as, oh, it's your country, you're privileged. I am coming here to get this and go back or get a good job. So this difference in understanding keeps them from mixing up together to getting to know one another more. Number 5, lack of shared values. Now, most black people, now I'll speak for black people, okay, because I can't speak for Chinese, I can't speak for Indians, because I'm not Indian, I'm not Chinese, I'm black. Okay, now most black people think that white people lack values. Why? We see it in the movies. We see the son talking to the mother without respect. We see the daughter talking to the father without respect. Hell, we even see the children calling their parents on their first name. Hi, Tom. Hi, John. And that's your dad. Hi, Mary. And that's your mom. What? I can't do that to my mom. I can't tell my mom, hi, Vera. My mom is going to give me she will slap break above from my head. My mom is going to give me a slap that I'm going to remember the day I was born. So because of this difference or this perceived lack of shared values, most people think that white people might be disrespectful, maybe not to them, but like it says, an implicit bias that they hold. It's this preconceived notion that this is how white people are, okay? So this lack of common values, this lack of shared values is perceived to have been passed down from parents to children, and everybody wants respect, guys. Everybody wants to be respected. You don't want someone who you feel, oh, this person has been trained to be this way and he might pass this on to me. I don't want it. Let's move away from the list, guys. Let's move away from the 5 points. I see it as a waste of extra informal education when you leave your country. So maybe you're from Nigeria, maybe you're from Ghana, maybe you're from Cote d'Ivoire, maybe you're from Sierra Leone, maybe you're from South Africa, from Kenya, from Ethiopia, from Poland, from Lithuania, maybe you're from India, Afghanistan, Pakistan, China, South Korea, Singapore, whatever country you might be from. I see it as a wasted opportunity traveling to a foreign country and not mixing up with all locals. You have to mix up with foreigners, whether they're white, whether they're brown, whether they're olive, whatever color their skin is, you have to mix up with people. is just going to form the bulk of your experience. I mean, you can't just go to uni and come back and say, in class we did this, we had this lecture. That's too limited a scope for you to spend that amount of money and travel to a foreign country, and you can't even say what the common meal a local from Northampton likes to eat, or the common meal in Newcastle, or the favorite meal of the commoner in Liverpool. You should be able to mix up with the commoners, because this is the experience you're going to export back to your country, to whatever company you want to start, or to whatever business you want to start. That knowledge of a different race. Why would you want to give that up? Why would you want to give that up for a lack of understanding from a limited standpoint? That's just my view. You should overcome whatever limitation you feel might be holding you back from meeting people, and just go out and sample it all. You don't know what you might be missing. Okay? So I hope this video has been helpful to you, wherever you are. Now I want you to go down and smash that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell. Why do I keep stumbling on these words, guys? What's going on? So go down there, smash the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, like this video, give us a thumbs up, show the YouTube algorithm that what we're doing is valuable. Because if you find this valuable, the YouTube is going to take this video and show it to other people like you, and they're going to get the information that you just got. Okay, so I want you and you and you and you to be good. Have an awesome week, and don't forget, keep an open mind, guys. Opportunities come in different form, and because you perceive something as bad or negative does not mean it's not an opportunity. Okay, so I love you all, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye for now.